The impact came without warning. The entire submarine lurched violently to the side, metal groaning as if something enormous had grabbed it from the darkness. Red emergency lights flooded the cabin, alarms screaming through the tight space. Elias slammed into the control panel, gripping the edge as the world tilted around him. "What was that?" he shouted. "I don't know." Captain Reyes barked, wrestling with the controls. "Something hit us hard." Another dar shook the vessel, stronger this time. A deep, hollow sound echoed across the hull, like a fist knocking from the outside. Elias turned toward the thick glass viewport. Beyond it, nothing but black ocean. Endless. Silent. Then, for a split second, something moved. A shadow. Fast. Too fast. "Did you see that?" Elias whispered, his voice suddenly thin. No one answered, but everyone had. The lights flickered, and then darkness. 3 days earlier, Elias had stood alone in his cramped apartment, staring at the message glowing on his screen. "We found it." That was all it said. No greeting. No explanation. Just coordinates and a time. His heart had pounded so hard he thought it would burst. For years, he had chased whispers, fragments, myths, anything that could prove Atlantis wasn't just a story. He had been laughed out of conferences, dismissed by experts, buried under the weight of impossible. And now this. "We found it," he repeated under his breath. He didn't hesitate. He packed his things that night. The research vessel had been massive, cutting through the ocean like it had a purpose of its own. Elias remembered stepping on board, feeling something shift inside him. This wasn't another failed expedition. This felt final. Captain Reyes had greeted him with a firm handshake and a warning look. "You're here because of your obsession," Reyes said. "Don't let it get you killed." Elias gave a faint smile. "If Atlantis is real, it's worth the risk." Reyes didn't smile back. That's what the last team said. That had stuck with him. Now, deep beneath the ocean, inside a failing submarine, those words echoed louder than ever. The lights sputtered back to life, dim and unstable. "Systems are glitching," Ava, the engineer, said, her fingers flying across the console. "Navigation's off. I'm getting interference everywhere." "From what?" Elias asked. She hesitated. "I don't know, but it's not natural." Another sound echoed across the hull. Knock, knock, knock. Slow, deliberate. Elias felt his chest tighten. "That's not pressure," he said quietly. "No," Reyes replied. "It's not." They had begun the descent hours ago. At first, it had been normal, routine even. The ocean had welcomed them with its usual silence. Light faded gradually, replaced by the cold, crushing dark. Then the instruments started failing. "Compass is spinning," Ava had said. "Sonar's picking up something weird," Malik, the navigator, added. "It's structured." "Structured how?" Elias asked. Malik leaned closer to the screen, his brow furrowing. "Like buildings." Elias had felt it then, that surge of excitement, sharp and electric. "No," he whispered. "It can't be." But deep down he knew. Back in the present, the submarine trembled again. "Hold it together," Reyes shouted. "I'm trying." Ava snapped. "Something's messing with the systems." Elias forced himself to look out the viewport again. This time, he didn't just see darkness. Far in the distance, there was light. Faint. Blue. "Wait," he said, stepping closer. "Stop the sub. We're not exactly in control right now." Reyes shot back. "No, look." Elias pointed. The others turned. At first, it looked like a trick of the eye. A glow in the abyss. Then it grew brighter. Larger. Revealing shapes. Structures. Towers. Elias's breath caught in his throat. "Oh my God." The submarine drifted forward, almost as if pulled by an unseen force. And then they saw it. An entire city stretching endlessly across the ocean floor. Not broken. Not buried. Alive. Lights flickered across its towering spires, illuminating pathways and massive domes. It was impossible. Completely intact, untouched by time. Atlantis? No, Malik Guisperth. That's not possible. "It is," Elias said, his voice trembling. "It's real." For a moment, no one spoke. They just stared. Then suddenly, the lights in the city went out. All at once, darkness swallowed everything. What just happened? Ava whispered. Elias felt a chill crawl up his spine. They know we're here. As if on cue, the city lit up again. But this time, brighter, stronger, focused. Every glowing structure seemed to pulse with energy. And then, something moved between the buildings. Fast, graceful, watching. Tell me that's just debris, Malik said, his voice shaking. Elias didn't respond, because he knew it wasn't. The first figure appeared at the edge of the light. It swam toward them slowly, its form becoming clearer. Humanoid, but not human. Its movements were too fluid, too precise. Its body seemed adapted to the water itself, elongated and elegant. Its eyes, faintly glowing, locked onto the submarine. Elias stumbled back. That's not possible. There's more, Ava whispered. She was right. Dozens of shapes emerged from the darkness, surrounding the submarine from every direction. Reyes, Malik said, panic rising in his voice. We need to leave. Now. I'm trying. Reyes shouted, slamming controls. When not responding, the submarine shuddered violently. Then it stopped, completely still, as if something had grabbed it. Elias's heart pounded in his ears. They're holding us. The figures moved closer. One of them pressed a hand against the glass. Elias froze. It looked almost human up close. Pale skin, faintly glowing veins, eyes filled with something ancient. Something knowing. Elias, Ava whispered. It's looking at you. He couldn't move, couldn't breathe, because in that moment, he realized something terrifying. It wasn't just looking. It understood him. The submarine jolted again. Then, slowly it began to descend. Not falling, guided. Where are they taking us? Malik asked. No one answered, because they all knew. Into the city. The chamber they entered was impossible. Water drained away as the submarine settled onto a smooth surface. The hatch hissed open, revealing air, warm, breathable air. Elias stepped out slowly, his legs trembling. This can't be real. The others followed, equally stunned. The room around them glowed with a soft, pulsing light. The walls seemed alive, shifting with patterns that Elias couldn't understand. Footsteps echoed. They turned. The beings approached them now on foot, their forms clearer in the air, taller than humans, more refined. Their presence carried a strange calm, yet overwhelming power. One stepped forward, its eyes locked onto Elias. You came, it said. The voice wasn't spoken aloud. It echoed inside his mind. Elias staggered back. What are you? The being tilted its head slightly. We are what you forgot. Elias shook his head. Atlantis, it was supposed to be destroyed. A faint ripple of something, almost amusement, passed through the group. No, the being replied. We left. Left. Ava whispered. Your world became dangerous. Elias felt something twist inside him. Dangerous? You mean us? Yes. The word hit harder than he expected. We watched, the being continued. Bah. Greed. Destruction. You turned your world into something unrecognizable. Elias clenched his fists. That doesn't mean you get to hide the truth. The being stepped closer. You are the reason we must. Silence filled the chamber. Heavy. Unavoidable. Elias's voice cracked. People deserve to know you exist. The being's glowing eyes softened slightly. Knowledge did not save your world. It destroyed it. Elias had no answer, because deep down, part of him knew it was true. Time passed differently in that place. Elias didn't know how long they stood there, caught between wonder and fear. Finally, the being spoke again. You cannot return with this knowledge. Elias's heart sank. You're going to kill us? No. It gestured toward the distant darkness above. You will return and forget. Ava stepped forward. Forget? You can do that. Yes. Elias shook his head violently. No. I won't let you take this from me. The being studied him, then said something that changed everything. You may stay. Elias froze. What? You may remain here. Learn. Become one of us. His breath caught. And them? He asked, glancing at his crew. They will return. Malik looked at him, fear in his eyes. Elias, don't even think about it. But Elias was already thinking. Everything he had ever wanted was here. Truth. Answers. A world untouched by the chaos above. You're asking me to abandon everything, he said quietly. The being's voice echoed again. You are asking to return to it. Silence. Heavy. Crushing. Elias looked at his crew, then at the glowing city stretching endlessly beyond the chamber, and finally upward, toward the dark ocean that led back to the surface. Back to humanity. Back to everything broken. His voice trembled. If I go back, will I remember any of this? No. Elias closed his eyes. A single tear slipped down his cheek. Then he whispered, The words faded, lost in the silence. Far above, the ocean remained calm, unmoving, as if nothing had ever happened, because the truth was never meant to be found. And maybe it never would be again. The truth about Atlantis. We shouldn't have found it.